We're going to give folks just a few more minutes to get on the line, on the call, and we'll get started. Jasmine, I'm going to swap places with you and Alexis. I would like for Alexis to go after me, and then you can do the small business updates. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on our Small Minority Business Advisory Committee quarterly meeting. For those of you who do not know me, I am Dr. Dolores DaCosta. I'm the Executive Director here at the Commission for Minority Affairs. And what we do in this advisory committee is talk about ways to help small minority business owners. I'm going to, right now, the commission's in the process of updating its strategic plan for the next 3 to 5 years. And we contracted Alexis Scipio and the folks at Global Core Strategies and Consulting to help us in this process. I'm going to allow Alexis to come on now and just introduce herself and tell you a little bit about what she's expecting from you as members of the advisory committee.
Thank you, Dr. DaCosta. Hi, again, this is Alexis Scipio. I'm joining from Charleston. I know that we're all South Carolinians, so I thought I would put that in there. I'm with Global Core Strategies and Consulting, and Dr. DaCosta and the team brought us on because there's been a lot of exponential growth. And we all know that when there's exponential growth, there's typically exponential opportunities. So it's been really breathtaking, and I think great that we have this time where this small and minority businesses are coming into the fold, that we're already doing this strategic alignment. We're looking for opportunities, and really the best place to get that is to capture your voices. So I'm sending out information, and there'll be very high-level questions. They should be just innately what your response is on how you think your engagement can look, how the commission can benefit. And we just want to make sure that we're positioning, creating a platform for you all to bring your best selves and all of your knowledge with economic development, small business, to really make this program thrive. So really your feedback is critical. I'm here if there are any questions, and we'll just be doing a small sampling. But we're making sure that your feedback is incorporated in that 3 to 5 year vision, and that you can grow and bring your talents. So that's what we're doing now. And if there's any questions, I will make sure that you have my contact information.
All right. Thank you so much, Alexis. And please, when she reaches out to you, please respond to the questionnaire or questions that she's asking. It helps us to make this commission what we need it to be for the small business communities. Next, we're going to have Jasmine give some updates.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you all again. And thanks so much, Alexis, for that presentation, and looking forward to the committee's contributions to that. Just wanted to share a couple updates coming from our division, starting off with some upcoming events that we'll be in attendance at. So we'll be attending the Launch Fest hosted by the Harbor Entrepreneur Center on September 27th. We'll also be attending iHope's Motivate Her Conference, which we're also a sponsor, on September 28th. And then the Connecta Business Expo in Bluffton on October 5th. In addition to that, a big focus of ours, which we'll talk a little bit more about this, Dr. DaCosta will, is the integration with the SMBCC. So in terms of what the priority and focus area on the Small Minority Business Division is really gearing up for 2025 in terms of programming, with training and development in terms of workshops and partnerships. So definitely will be leaning on you all in terms of what that could look like in 2025. In addition to that, I also wanted to share a really great opportunity that I feel is good for many of us on this call to know about. The US EDA is currently accepting applications for its fiscal year 2024 $50 million Build to Scale program. And that program is really targeted towards organizations like ourselves and programs like ourselves, where we are strengthening entrepreneurial ecosystems to support entrepreneurs. So that call for applications is currently open, and the deadline to apply is October 28th. And I'm happy to send over more information following our meeting for those of you that might be interested in applying for that. And so I will pass it back over to Dr. DaCosta to talk a little bit more about what I alluded to earlier with our integration with the SMBCC.
All right. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for the update. Many of you know that over the last several years, I have requested to have the Small Minority Business Contracting and Certification under CMA's umbrella. And finally, the General Assembly agreed to do just that. So for the last few months, well, the last few weeks or so, we have been merging that program area under the Commission for Minority Affairs, so that we can now expand, enhance, increase our capabilities in ways to help small businesses. Along with transferring that program area to the commission, we brought Johnny Birch, who is now the Director of Small Business, and Mark Plyer. He is our coordinator for certification and contracting. But I always add things to everybody's job description, which is what I'm going to do as we grow. I'm going to allow Johnny to just say a few words. Margaret Tillman from CMA is also going to join that team, but you all are familiar with Margaret. I'm going to ask Johnny to come and just greet the group and tell us a little bit about that experience, the experience of doing contracting and certification applications.
Good morning, Dr. DaCosta, everyone on board the CMA Small Minority Business Workshop. So I want to say this first and foremost. It's been a pleasure being under the umbrella of the Commission for Minority Affairs. So far, we have a program that is being recognized and funded by the leadership over at CMA, and which is a great thing for the actual small minority business community. So when we talk a little bit about the small minority business contracting and certification, one thing I want to mention is one thing that Dr. DaCosta put in place, that we don't have to say no anymore to small businesses when they're trying to do startups, because she spoke about the twofold portion of it, that we will take on those businesses from startup, link them up with the community partners, and by the time they get ready for the 1 year in business certification, we'll already know who they are, what they're about, what their capabilities are. And it's looked like we're moving forward to having these businesses a little bit ready, more advanced to do business with the state, as well as other primes across the state and the US. So it's been a pleasure knowing that we don't have to say we don't do this anymore. It's a great thing that we have the capability now that we can deal with startup community partners. We can talk about the grant program. We can link people up, because doing the certification, with just two people, it's been a lot. And we missed out a lot in just trying to reference to them to community partners. But now we have the resources that we can actually assist them in doing more with community partners and bringing more people into the fold on the small minority business on the CMA side. And it's just been a wonderful pleasure getting a lot more accomplished over here, Dr. DaCosta.
All right. Thank you so much, Johnny. Yes, we are going to do some expansion. We're going to start, and I'm working on the process right now. Lauren just completed the drawing that I asked her to help me with, where we're going to, the first component will be training and development. New people who need help with growing healthy businesses before we even get to the small business contracting application. In my travels around the state, even those who have gotten certification, their major concern is that they don't understand the procurement process or bidding process. And so we're going to add that to the process after they receive their certification, training for procurement and the bidding process. And we're going to go even a step further. For those who have received contracts, they need to be educated on how to manage the contracts and how to do their reporting of the contracts. We want small, minority, disadvantaged businesses to have some of the same opportunities as those larger, healthy companies. And we have to do that by educating them. So we'll be calling upon all of you, our partners, to help in this process. I see Michelle is on. So Michelle, you know I'm going to be calling you to help with the training and development part of this process. We want to be able to measure the success of this program. We want to be able to increase the percentage of contracts going to minority contractors. I can't go to the General Assembly without data. I've got to show the proof that we are growing these businesses. We are helping these businesses. We are creating strong, healthy, small, disadvantaged businesses become strong businesses, accessing the opportunities that are out there for them. We can do this at the commission. We have the resources. We are going to build a team. We're going to put more folks out in the field. For the last year, 2.5 years, Johnny has been covering this state alone. He hired Mark a few months ago to help, but for several years, it has been a one-man show, which should never have been. So we're going to make sure that he has the team that he needs to get to the people, meeting them where they are. We're going to bring in more field reps. I am looking for space to set up satellite offices around the state. We're dividing the state into 5 regions, I believe. And we're looking at tiny spaces just for a desk, computer, so that our field reps can meet people in their communities. And these are folks who will leave from home to go into the field and not have to come to Columbia and then go out to the field. We want our small businesses to have access. So therefore, we have to go where they are. So if you know of any places, we're looking at either other government buildings or technical colleges that may have small rooms that we could use, that we could create our satellite offices. And you all will be hearing more about that once I put it all in place. I think that's going to be very handy helpful to Johnny and his team, because the more people we have on the ground, more people we have who can go into these tiny rural communities, finding out what's going on, assessing the situation, finding out why these businesses are not thriving, the better off we're going to be. So be on the lookout for the new and upcoming information regarding how we're going to expand our small minority business division. Any comments from advisory members?
Yeah. Good morning, Dr. DaCosta. Hi, how
Oh,
are
Lord,
you?
I see this lady everywhere. Everywhere there's a business conference and I'm there, I can look around. LaCenta's going to be there. How are you?
I try. I'm good. All is well. Thank you.
Good.
I did have a question for you. In thinking about setting up shop throughout the state, have you thought about how we can collaborate with the SBDC or collaborate with the SBA, who already have a footprint in some of these areas that we're expanding into? and
We
see
are.
how we can make a collaborative effort with them since they already have that footprint there or that space?
We are going to collaborate with them. Absolutely.
Okay.
If they have space that we could use, that's fine. But CMA does nothing alone. We have to rely on our partners
Yeah.
to move the needle. So definitely we will be calling on SBDC, SBA, SCORE, all of our partners, women's business centers, to help with training and preparing a lot of these companies, businesses. And if there's space that's available, absolutely.
So, Dr. DaCosta, if I could kind of add to Lucenta, great to see you again. You know, we do work with helping small and minority businesses, you know, apply for, get certifications, all these kinds of things. So we look forward to talking more with you about this and figuring out how do we bring our two groups and our services together so that we're leveraging them
Absolutely.
effectively. Yeah.
Absolutely. See, I lay out the process, but I will call you to do the training. You see, that's why we have partners. We're not trainers here at the commission. We call upon our partners to do the training and the development of these small businesses. We're just adding it to our process to make sure that every opportunity is made available. But all of our partners will participate in the training. Dolores DaCosta doesn't do training for small businesses. Dolores calls Michelle, say, Michelle, we've got a group of about 10 people. They're just starting out. They need your help. Can you set up a training? We'll even set up the space. We'll provide the lunch. We'll provide the breakfast or whatever. But Michelle will provide the trainers.
Well, we love working with you and Johnny and the crew and are excited to be a part of working with you on this as well.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be a great collaboration between all of our partners in the business world. And we'll be able to move the needle because I would like to someday see, I don't know what the percentage is. Johnny, do you know what the percentage of small contracts going to small businesses?
I can tell you it's less than 5%.
Less than 5%. And see, that's just unheard of for me. So therefore, we've got our work cut out for us, which means that we're going to have to do a lot of work, collaborating, joining forces to build these businesses up so that we can go before the General Assembly to ask that they increase that percentage to allow more work to be available for our small and minority business owners. So that's why we need all of our friends working together.
Dr. DaCosta.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for having us today. And can you talk a little bit then the Hispanic sector? What are the plans for that market?
Well, I am actually, matter of fact, I was going to call you, and I'm meeting with Alex in Bluffton. I'm speaking at his small business summit coming up in Bluffton because we have got to join forces to see how we can, excuse me, collaborate to make sure that all of our business owners, Hispanic, Asians, Native Americans, African Americans, all have a level playing field to get these contracts. So we will be calling you because you are over the Hispanic chamber, and we will need some input from you. One of the things that when we had our Asian advisory meeting, one of the contractors there, he told me, he said, I've renewed twice and yet to get a contract because no one has ever told us how to go about getting the contracts or maintaining them. That's why I have to add that to the end of the process, because what is the purpose of getting someone certified if we can't open a door for them to get the contracts? So it's going to be, we're going to look at the whole picture. So we will be having a conversation with you, Evelyn, and with others in that in that circle to find out how we can best serve our communities, all of our communities. So Alex out in, I think it's Alex Navarro in Bluffton, he is very excited about this also. So we'll be calling you to see how we can put that into motion. How do we get into the Hispanic business communities? What do we need to do to get there? And I know that you know. And we
Well,
need,
yeah, for sure,
we need,
the experience that we have. I'm sorry, doctor.
we would
The
need your help in the training part, just like we would need Michelle's folks.
Yeah.
Because
But
we're going to bring back the next level training.
well, and you know that we are certified already. We
Right.
are either, I mean, both in Spanish and English.
Right.
So we don't have any problems in that particular area. What I'm excited about is that from the clients that have come through us, through the CMPP and now the SSBCI, we know that established and fairly new businesses are looking to be certified.
Yes.
We have a high percentage of women that own their own businesses in South Carolina. It's amazing how you can have a training, and most of our participants are women. So this is exciting. I've been kind of working with a couple of businesses that want to be certified somehow. So this is exciting for us, and certainly I'll be on the look for more information and for your call.
Absolutely. And if you have some folks who've already been in business a year or longer, reach out to Johnny or Mark, get their information to them, because they can evaluate, their application to determine. They can do a checklist to see if they've got everything in place and provide them the application to apply for certification. So if you've got some folks who are already well on their way, then I would recommend you reaching out to them as soon as possible. Because I know you have a large group of people, especially women, business owners. We want to get them certified as soon as possible and get them prepared to do business with the state.
I saw Greg raise a hand. Did you have a comment?
Yes. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning, Greg.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Two quick comments. First of all, I'm so excited that SMBCC is now a part of the commission. I mean, it's I was telling someone that I think the suits at the State House finally listened to the boots on the ground.
Yes, exactly.
Because it's just an ideal match. And secondly, the comment was made about having one-on-one meetings. At SCDOT, we're required to have on-site visits for part of our certification piece. And what we've discovered is that many local libraries, they're almost ghost towns now. So instead of having someone go into someone's home now because of some instances we've heard about, we actually take advantage of libraries, and they literally welcome us. I mean, they'll have a room for us. We bring in our laptop, and they'll let us have a room for hours. So if you're looking at an inexpensive way or a no-cost way, you might want to take advantage of that opportunity.
Wonderful. That's good to know, because Johnny and those have to do site visits also. So we're going to use everything that's available to us. Free is definitely good. So we will definitely be on the lookout for spaces. Matter of fact, we've had some offers from libraries in Orangeburg, some of the other counties also, that allow us to come in and use their space. So that's really good to know. And Greg, you know how long I've been fighting for this. I think when I first came to CMA and I met with you, I said, why is it such a hard thing for them to give us minority business contracting and certification? It is a perfect fit.
It really is. It really is. And Johnny should really feel great because of the fact that he's not being put in your area, but he's being welcomed into your area. And Johnny has
right.
worked so hard, so I'm just grateful the fact that that there's now help. So again, congratulations on to both of you for being together.
Absolutely. Listen, they came in, they were shocked. They had their own office space and we decorated it and they did their thing. Now they've got a place to call home. You see Mark in the background behind Johnny? He's so excited, he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do because when they come in, they're a part of the family. They are not just employees or whatever. I have a family organization here. We try to work together for the good of people. And it's coming together nicely. I'm glad to see the growth here at the commission. I have a few more years here before I retire. And don't be looking like, yes, absolutely. But I'm going to make sure that we are a strong organization, and we have strong partners around the state of South Carolina. That's what makes CMA strong, our partners, because we're a small organization. We have to rely on SBA, SBDC, we have to rely on them because they're our veins out in the state. They're the lifelines out in the state. We have to work with them because they help us to reach our goals and we help them to do the same. And it's a partnership around the state. I love it. And I expect great things from here on out, better things, because the best is yet to come. So we're moving in the right direction. Thank you so much. Anyone else from the advisory committee? All right. Anything else from staff?
Dr. DaCosta, I got one thing.
Yes.
Mark got kicked off of his computer. Let him have his say here as well. Go ahead. Sorry.
Mark, introduce yourself, Mark.
Well, my name is Mark Plyler, and I've been with Johnny coming up in October. We'll have been here a year. And, we were a little hesitant about this move because I was scared. I'd just gotten to where we were at the Brown Building. And to be here is just a delight. Everybody is so wonderful, and I think we're doing great things. And we have a good team and good directions and directors. And I'm just delighted to be here, and I thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Mark. Mark and I found out that we know some people from the 80s in Arthur Ravenel's congressional office. I said, oh my God, Mark, that dates us really far. That tells our age. So it's good. It's good to be expanding the family. We will be reaching out to our partners over the next few weeks with our proposal on how we're going to roll out the new and enhanced business division at CMA. Any input that you have, just send me an email and I will add it to the proposal I've already started. We want to make this a very successful program. We want to see more small, disadvantaged minority businesses becoming healthy, strong businesses doing work with the state of South Carolina. And I'm looking forward to it. I've been wanting this for a while, and now we've got it. We've got to make sure that we do the right things. And we've got to make sure that all of our partners are involved in this process. We cannot do it without our partners. Anything else? Any staff? Oh, one other thing I forgot. In December, we are going to have a one-day retreat, and we're bringing all of our different advisory committees together so that you all can meet each other. You've never met in one room before, and I believe it's going to be over at Saluda Shoals. We'll send you information. It's going to be a training on collaboration, advocacy, things of that nature. I think it's just time for all of our advisory committee members to come together, meet each other, share their ideas, because we're all in this together. So you will be getting some more information about that one-day retreat, and I hope that many of you can attend. All right. If there's nothing else, I love a good 30-minute meeting. This is wonderful. Thank y'all so much.
Dolores,
ma'am.
before you leave, I do have one announcement I wanted to make because we
Okay.
are so excited. We have finally hired a new coordinator for our bridge program.
Yay.
So that has been long in coming.
Yes.
That is our program that's really focused on African American entrepreneurs and business owners. This person is going to help me she's already starting to reassess and work with me, and I'll be getting her out to introduce her. But her name is Katwanda Cyrus. She goes by
Okay.
Kiki. Many of you may know her because she is the owner of Kiki's Chicken and Waffles.
Oh, yes.
They now have 3 locations. She's done a lot of consulting, kind of informally with a lot of folks that come to her. And she worked at the Women's Business Center at Benedict for a while. So I can't be more thrilled and
Wonderful.
look forward to getting her around to introduce her to all of you.
Wonderful. I can't wait to meet her. This is great, great news. See, the puzzle's coming together.
That's right.
And that's a good thing. Thank you so much, Michelle, for sharing that information.
Yep.
All right. Anyone else? Thank you all so much for coming on today, and we will be in touch with you on as this plan comes together. We will be reaching out to you. We need input from everybody as to how this business division should look, because we want to make sure that our small businesses are ready for whatever's coming their way. We don't know when we're going to get another crisis like COVID, where dollars were available and we couldn't get them out because folks were not ready. We want to make them ready so that if this does happen again, they're ready to receive the resources they need to help them move the needle. And I think Jasmine mentioned, is it an EDA grant?
Yes, it's an EDA grant, the Build to Scale $50 million program. Just a refresher, they're currently accepting applications until October 28th, and that's for programs that are supporting and strengthening entrepreneurial ecosystems for entrepreneurs.
Very good. We need to make sure folks take advantage of that opportunity to get the resources they need. So Jasmine will get that information out to all of you and encourage folks to apply. It's a great thing. All right. If there's nothing else, thank you all so much. We will be in touch.
Thank you. Have a great
All
day.
right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.